in his own backyard, the one he wants to win most and stuff. Fucking day for sport, man. And then Liverpool beat Bradford. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's not often a day where Liverpool winning a game of football ranks like lowest on your priorities, but so it is. What a fantastic weekend. Moving on, it kind of leads a little bit into what we normally do, life advice at the back end of the pod, but we were invited back to our old senior school last week to do a careers talk. Which is just
weird.
So weird. Bearing in mind, and I've said this, I saved this nugget for like the last question when we were asked at the time. I kept it on the down low. 18 years ago, we left senior school, and we were told unequivocally that we were never to return. Like we got in so much trouble in that last like year of school that we were basically told, you know, you're not going to be counted as an ex-member of the school.
Everyone else went off to be old blues, and we were just
we were told we weren't allowed to be considered like alumni or whatever. We weren't allowed back on the school premises or anything like that.
My mum bollocked me when I told her on Friday night. You know,
really?
Yeah, I didn't tell her that until
Did you
then.
not?
So Friday I come back, she's like, how's the course? It was my dad's birthday, so everyone's around at my mum's, and I'm like, you won't like me saying this, mum, but you know, they told me I wasn't allowed back. Blood was boiling, all the mates were there and all that. I was like, but it's fine, because now they've invited me back to give careers talks to them. I can't believe you, Chris. Can't believe it. Why didn't you tell me this? I'm like, 18 years after the fact, you're still annoyed.
Imagine how annoyed she'd have been back in the day, yeah. But yeah, no, it's funny. We had a strange relationship maybe more around that time because we were both massive knobheads in sixth form. But yeah, it was great.
But do you remember what my mum and dad's phone number was in my phone as back then?
Start to lie. Yeah, so it wasn't called Mum and Dad Home or Home. It was called Start to Lie. So whenever his phone rang, that's what it would.
And that's exactly what I would do, no matter what I was doing. So I might be just playing a computer game of pause, and I would lie for no reason. It was
mad. You'd be there, and it'd be fine. We weren't doing anything wrong. You were allowed to be at mine. We'd be sat playing on the PlayStation. You'd be like, you're in mine, and you'd be like, I'm in Steve's, and I'm like. Honestly, yeah, for no reason whatsoever. It was great, but it was funny because obviously we got to go and do a tour and we got to see some of the things. It's mad when you walk down corridors that you haven't walked down for, you know, like that's half our life ago since we were in there. It's mad. It's, you know, we were 18 when we left, and it's been 18 years since, which is crazy.
Doesn't feel like that long ago.
No, it
all,
doesn't.
Does it? But looking at the school and how much has changed, it looked like more.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Like.
It's so funny though, but it was great getting asked advice on things and people saying like, what did you do and what did you get up to? And we kind of had to temper a lot of the stuff we were saying because, you know, you got to give a positive, uplifting message, and I always wanted to because that school. It's the Liverpool Blue Coat School, by the way, for anyone who knows. That's what we went to for our sins. That's where we went. It was a weird place. I always describe it as like Hogwarts without the magic. It was very old school, draconian. Like the head teacher wore like a gown. I don't mean like a wedding gown. I mean like a mad cape thing
with fluffy
bits here.
Bits. And then the assistant didn't have quite as much fluff. It was more like Jon Snow's cape, I suppose.
Yeah, but they come out and they do readings, and it was like they do prayers, and you'd be like, if you don't want to pray, then you shouldn't be here. It's like, it's a fucking C of E school for a start, and I'm sorry, I'm not getting into the thing, like, but honestly, Church of England, like you speak to a Catholic priest, and you go, well, what about this? And they've got a big series. You ask a vicar, and they're like, don't worry about it, lad. Don't worry about it. But like, you had there's Muslim kids and Sikh kids and all kinds. It's like, hang on a second, you know, like don't make out like you're some mad big religious school, because I'm not going to sit here and mumble some words about the Lord. Like, sorry, listen, people believe what you want to believe. It's absolutely fine as long as it makes you happy and doesn't make anyone else miserable. More important. But yeah, it was so horrible and backwards and draconian. It was always geared towards like, if you want to be a doctor or a dentist, and you're going to Oxford and you're going to Cambridge and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, just want to make videos, kind of want to be a director or or a rock and roll star or whatever, like.
But that was one of the reasons that you actually got told you weren't allowed back, isn't it? Because it was Caulfield that told us that.
Yeah, because they said, here's the thing, I'd watched, and there was an Oasis documentary around this time. I was a mad Oasis fan, and there was a bit where Liam Gallagher recounts a story about him going to the job centre, and they said, like, what do you want to be? And he said, I'm gonna be a rock and roll star. And he went, you can't be that. And he went, fine, get me a job as a lumberjack, chopping fucking trees down. And that was just in my head. So I walked in, and they said to me, I think I must have said this on here before, but if not, I told them I wanted to be a pop star, and they weren't happy with that as a response. But it was hilarious because how many teachers came up to me in the days afterwards and were like, did you tell the head teacher you
really want to be a pop star?
Did you wanted to be a pop star? I was like, whatever, and they would kill themselves.
So listen, basically what I'm saying to you is, Paul has these dreams and aspirations, and you know what? Christmas #1, Paul Maych, and I reckon we're going
I'll get
for
there
it.
Eventually, like, what
would you go with?
I've got an LP in me, Chris.
Good lad.
Yeah,
I like it.
Killing in the name, and go up against an X Factor song, and then see if you can get a groundswell going for you.
If you want to go the complete opposite way, I'll be your Mr. Blobby. Did he have a Christmas #1?
You've always been my Mr. Blobby.
Hey.
But we had some. It was mad times because there was basically 5 years of just normal school, and I was fine. I had me mates and played a bit of footy and did me bits and pieces. Never really kept my head down. Wasn't particularly exceptional in kind of anything. And then we got into sixth form, and then discovered like ale and birds, and then became friends with you. And then that I had more detentions in upper sixth sixth form than I'd had in the entirety of lower school, which is insane when you think about it. You're not meant to, because just teachers were knobheads. But what were the one moment that strikes out, because you were talking about your mum's reaction to stuff, and this is why I had a bit of a tense relationship at the time with my parents, because I got my tongue pierced, and at that time I'd been in trouble with the school or whatever, and my mum got asked to come in and speak about me behaviour and me progress and all that kind of stuff. But my mum wasn't speaking to me at the time because I'd got my tongue pierced, and it was still healing as well, so it was still a bit swollen. And I've got a big tongue anyway, so it didn't help that.
So that's one for the 100,000 Q&A with Charlie on his channel.
And she'll answer it honestly. So it was a bit swollen, and I had to but I was like, I've paid 50 quid for this. I'm not, if they see it, they're going to ask me to take it out. And like I said, my mum had come in. I'm like, my mum's amazing. She's one of those people who like, she's just so nice and so sweet. But if she's forced to go to bat for you, she'll go to bat for you. She'll go to war for you, me mum, like. And so she's dead fish, she's stepping in, but she's going to bat for me when she's just so angry with me. It's unbelievable. And I was being asked questions, and it was like the bit in Friends when Ross has bleached his teeth, and he's going, like finding different things to cover my mouth with, like, so they didn't see this flash of silver going past.
Did you not put your hair over your mouth at that point?
No, I didn't have the hair for that. No, that was a university thing. But it was hilarious. Like, trying to have these like grown up, like, no, fine, I'm going to book my ideas. I'm going to book my ideas up and do it. I sounded like fucking Harry Kane, basically, Scouse Harry Kane. And yeah, we walked out of that, and it was like literally, me and mum came separately, we met up, we had this thing, she fought the case, and then we went out separately. She was fucking raging with me, and it came to the point, I think I kept my tongue piercing in for like a year. I think I was in uni, and she finally come to me and went, you're going to take it out. And I'll be honest, it was doing me head in at that point. Like, it was just tongue piercing, just shit. They look cool, and don't get me wrong, like, it helped me pull so many birds as a teenager, because you can go, have you ever copped for anyone with a tongue piercing? And they go, no, do you want to try? Which is the things you can say when you're 17, 18 and
imagine
thin.
saying that now.
Yeah, imagine going into like at the pub now, a sensible bar.
Have you ever copped? What's copped?
Yeah. Have you ever necked anyone with a tongue bar before? Yeah, I got to the point. I was playing footy, and I kept biting, and I kept banging it off my teeth, and she went, I'll basically pay you the money you paid for it to take it out. So I took me 50 quid, took it out, handed it over to her. I never kind of looked back, unfortunately. But Matt, go on, do we dare do the story of your earliest memory?
We can do the story of my earliest memory in Blue.
Because we were asked the question.
So the question was, what was your earliest memory of sitting in this chapel?
Yeah.
And it's like...
just to clarify, there's literally a chapel attached to school. Our school was fucking weird, lad. It was proper weird.
So I don't know when this was, but this is my earliest memory of it. And I don't think it was opening day.
I don't think it's fair, just to clarify, but when you say a lad, I don't think we can say the lad's name out loud. Just in case.
No. We'll just call him James.
Yes. Let's.
So James.
Yeah.
Used to sit next to me in school, and James had a really big cock. And what James would do, and I mean, it was fucking massive. He probably wants his name to be said, to be fair, if he's watching this.
Not if he's... Depends what job he's doing these days, I guess. Like, it's all right for us.
So he's a friend of mine with a really big cock. And I know that he had a big cock because this is what he used to do with it. He'd... I can't believe I'm going to say this. He'd rub himself up to, let's say, 50%.
Semi-condition.
Right. And then he was particularly dexterous in that region and could, let's just say, move it wherever he wants. So he'd get himself to a semi on, and then he'd go, Chris, and then you'd look at him and he'd flip his cock over his leg onto yours. So all of a sudden you'd have a bell end sat on your leg in the fucking chapel, and you were like, what are you doing?
I'm bearing in mind, we call it the chapel. It's basically a small church. It's like, you had pews, which haven't got any more, or the story. You basically sat in a de facto C of E church with a small boy's penis on your leg. And not a small boy. Can you remember what age you would have been?
I've got no idea.
You must have been it. You must have been teen by
I
this
think
point.
it was 14, 15, probably something like that.
It's worrying also that's your earliest memory of the school.
A lot of things have happened since then.
Yeah. Great times.
So needless to say, when they asked us what my earliest memory of the chapel was, I didn't say that.
No,
because
it was
that would have been a bit weird.
What was your earliest memory you're being in this chapel, and you were like,
I can't say that, Mike.
I don't think I can say. Yeah, and he was like, no, you can't say. Do not say that. Please do not say that to the children of this school. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it still happens. Kids are teenagers are mad, aren't they? Like, you know what I mean?